Top Media is back. Yes, we're back after a long break and we'll be bringing you the best top 5, 10, 15s and more on YouTube. For a second I thought you forgot about us. Well, you're not getting rid of me that easily. Anyways, thanks for all the subscribers who decided to stick around and enjoy. Oh, and don't forget to support us on Patreon if you like, which we finally got around to launching. A link is in the description. Check it out, it would be very much appreciated.
This picture causes me to experience a gamut of emotions, ranging from being incredibly weirded out by the beady pigeon eyes exhibited by everyone in the picture, to being a bit disappointed that members of the human race are willing to find out the route of a Street View car just to stand there and try to look weird. This one looks less posed and therefore infinitely more terrifying. The Wolfman and his pals are either waiting to carry out some kind of elaborate carjacking, or there have been some massive budget cuts for the annual Monster Conference. Lady Gaga is renowned for her inimitable fashion sense and statements which make most people raise an eyebrow and a smile. Her latest trend sees her being snapped in front of a Mesoamerican pyramid, something which seems to be taking things a bit too far. Aliens probably have a harder working day than you. Not only do they have the incredible struggle of breathing our atmosphere while dissecting homeless people, they also have to avoid getting snapped by Street View cars when they step out for a quick smoke break. This baby appears to have been left all by itself outside a trendy Italian fashion house. Either that or the child's mom's birthday is coming up and it's left its gift buying to the last minute. This image appears to show a broken face nestling on the side of a hill. There is no further context for it, and that's why it's frightening. Outside Sadr City in Iraq resides a blood-red lake. There is, as yet, no official explanation for the color of this strange body of water. At first glance, zooming past this on Google Street View, you might be forgiven for thinking that these discarded mannequins are discarded bodies, laid out in dumpsters by an incredibly lazy serial killer. Thankfully, that's not the case. In 2012, a group of Australian researchers undiscovered an island the size of Manhattan in the South Pacific. It even showed up as a black polygon on Google Earth. But when scientists sailed there in November 2012, they found solid ground instead of open water. Many people claim that this weird blur captured by a Google Street View car is probably a ghost. They're quite clearly wrong. This is proof that international rescue exists, and we've finally seen Thunderbird 3 launching. The driver of this Street View car will have been glad to be safely inside when they spotted this gas-masked weirdo lurking in some bushes. Could be that he planned to scare the Google driver, or it could be that this is how he regularly goes out for a mid-morning stroll. We'll probably never know. This image hopefully proved useful for authorities to catch someone who's walking around the streets with a gun. Fans of Netflix's flagship adult animated series Bojack Horseman will be pleased to see that he actually exists and is just as forlorn-looking in real life. Speaking of equine creatures, having a huge camera on top of your car makes it harder to do terrible things and get away with it. Here, a Google Street View car has clearly run over this donkey. Poor thing. Context is important, and it's something that Google Maps never affords the viewer. This van is definitely ablaze, that we know, but who is the man on the right? Is he responsible for the fire, or coming out in the morning to find that a Google driver's been throwing Molotov cocktails around? Again, we may never know. This is a really tragic one since, unusually, there is some context for it. This is believed to be the body of Jose Barrera's son, who was shot when he was 14 years old. Barrera petitioned Google to have the image which shows a body surrounded by police officers removed. Imagine browsing Google Maps and coming across this. The fuselage of a plane is lying strewn across the runway with emergency vehicles surrounding it. But is it? This is actually a set from canceled NBC TV show Trauma. Luckily, not everything on Google Maps is what it seems. It's no wonder that our alien friend from earlier needed a quick cigarette break after creating this unsettling sand sculpture using his ship. What the markings represent, I don't know, but I, for one, welcome our new alien friends. This terrifying image seems to show a body being dragged along a pier, ready to be dumped off the side. This one kicked up incredible media attention, with journalists finding the pier, helped by Google Maps no doubt, and looking for bodies. The truth of it is much more innocent. A wet dog dragged water up onto the pier and tracked it along as it ran. Or did it? One of the creepiest things you can see on Google Maps is the abandoned Japanese island of Hashima. The setting for a scene in the Bond movie Skyfall, this former coal mining facility has decayed to a creepy shell since being abandoned in 1974. Google have detailed the whole island, allowing you to tour it without ever having to visit it. Phew.
Thanks for watching another Top Media video. Don't forget to hit that very important bell icon, the subscribe button, and to support us on Patreon. As they say, pennies make pounds, and your support would go a very long way for our channel.